Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen to our CCNA Cyberops class. I'm going to stop my video because it just adds more bandwidth. A couple quick things I want to talk about. Again, remember that you've got until at least August 31st or until August 31st to finish this course. That does need to be kind of a drop dead date because after that I am on FMLA leave. Next week, starting on Monday, if you email me, and that would be Monday the, what is it, y'all, 20th? Yeah, 20th. Monday the 20th of August 2018. If you email me, you will get a bounce that says I am out of the office. And it's not a bounce, it's just an auto reply saying I am out of the office. Please contact X, Y, and Z for these things. Please be aware that if you are my student in class, until August 31st, I will be responding directly to you. Just realize that you'll get that auto response, and it may take me a little longer than normal because I will be out of the office and I will be getting therapy. So just be aware of that. I will respond, however. So this doesn't mean you can quit working. This doesn't mean that you can stop trying to finish the class. This means that it may take me 6 hours instead of 2 hours to respond to you. I think if you email me, I'm pretty good about getting back to you. If you call me on the phone, all bets are off. You may get an email, you may get a call back, you may not. But if you email, I'm usually really good about that. I also want to thank all of you for being here tonight. There's only 14 of us, which is still good, to test out my new system, which is this Zoom meeting. I am using Zoom, and I'm going to just do a real quick thing here I want to show you. This is Zoom itself, and I think we've already talked about it, but I was asked earlier by Ann about how much it costs, and they do have cheaper rates for entire schools, but here's a nice thing. You can see that you actually can do up to 100 participants, 40 minutes. So if you wanted to do this for your classes, you could do it, and it would be available basically for free for you, which is kind of nice. Now what I want to do is I want to go over something I've added to the class. I went in and quite honestly, I stole this directly from Dan Abergetti. So Dan, I'm sorry if you listen, but Dan's smarter than I am, and he went in and under the item for the skills exam, he went ahead and put the links. So there's the link to the skills-based assessment, and here is the security onion, the SBA that you need to do the security-based assessment. Be aware that if you do the skills-based assessment on my NetLabs, you do not need either one of these. You need to use the skills-based assessment that is in NetLabs, okay? So when you look at NetLabs, and I was actually in here earlier because I had a switch somebody deleted the iOS off of, which was, of course, the way it is. But you'll see here's where you go to get your skills-based assessment lab. You click here. Click on it, and then you have 15 possible pods that you can use for your skills-based assessments. All right. So, and then just do yourself a lab, and then use the documentation inside of there instead of this documentation. This only applies if you are doing it in your own environment inside of VirtualBox. Okay. So, any questions there? I still do want you to turn that document in, however, if you do it in NetLab, I still want you to upload that document in the assignment that is the upload assignment. And if you use NetLab, you can either just print it out, or I just print it out personally. I just go in and print it out and fill it out. What I would actually do is use this document to put your answers into, but use this content, okay? So, questions about that? You also notice this. On some of the documents that I sent out to you, there was a part 5 that had you open up a PCAP file, and it had a password. That is, for most people, failing, okay? Most people, it crashes the Wireshark inside of the security onion. So if you've got that, just do not do that section at all. Ignore part 5 if it's in any documentation that you've got. You don't have to do that for your skills-based assessment. All right. So let me go see if there were some chats. Let me go see. I'll pull it over here. Yes, the question is, okay, two things, actually. Okay, L. Carvel says, should I submit it or email it? I would do this for me. Submit it here and then email me saying you have put it into the class. That way I know it's in there and I can go grade it, okay? Time limit for the skills test, not really. I don't really have one, Joe. So, you know, when I did the training, I had forever. So here's one thing I will warn you about again. If you're doing it locally and you open up this SBA and you're working inside of SQL and you leave it for a long time, it will clear the log out. So be aware of that. If you do that, you may have to actually come back in and reload that SBA to get the information. And Linda, yes, it is a different one. It is Security Onion SBA, skills-based assessment. So it is different from the one that you currently have. Now, the good news is this. You only need that one machine to do the skills-based assessment. So you can shut all the other machines down except for that one, load it in, boot it up, and you're good to go. But it is a different machine than the one you currently have. Okay. Any other questions? Any questions on content or information that we've got so far on the course? I've actually done, I've tried to get caught up on grading, so I think I'm fairly caught up on grading. As you bring things in, I'll continue to grade as much as possible, get everything done. I'm really interested in you sending me your thoughts on the class and on ways to teach it. Oh, yeah. You said here, can we do multiple times on SBA on NetLab? Yes. You do have 4 hours. You know what? Actually, let me do something. That is a very good idea, Joe. Let me go in here a second. Let me go to here and let me see if I can't. I'm gonna give you up to 8 hours reservation. How's that?
Beautiful.
I don't think you'll need it, but that'll give you up to 8 hours on a single reservation. That way you can have that. Nice. And you can have one extension, which gives you, I think, a 30-minute extension. So that should help you. Yes. HL Banks, yes, you can definitely do the SBA on your own NetLab. Like I said, last time we met, I would prefer you to do the skills-based assessment in the manner that you're going to give it to your students so that you're fully aware of how it's going to work in your environment. So yes, do that. And I would actually, Joe, thank you for telling me that. That's a really good idea for any of us teaching using NetLabs in this particular class. I would maybe make the maximum length of reservations 4 hours up until you actually assign the skills-based assessment. And then you may want to bump it up to 6 or 7 or 8 hours. I wouldn't make that the normal time every single time because it becomes, students have a tendency to misuse that. But that's a good idea, very good idea, Joe, as a best case usage. Like I was saying too, if you would, ideas about how to improve it, ideas of what you think is better. I know Dwight Watts had sent a bunch of some things that were mistakes, and those have been submitted. So hopefully, don't forget too that there's always, and if you go, oh, I clicked the wrong thing. There's always in the course resources, Cyberops. There's already a 1.1 version, by the way, and that's just fixed some bugs, fixed some typos and things. Nothing major, so don't freak out. You're going to be fine. But it's just inside of here, you should have the actual errata and all the things they found that are issues. And maybe it'll let me get in. There it is. And if it's not here, then we'll have to go find it somewhere else, but it should be in here. Maybe it's not. Oh, there it is, errata.
Are you going to come back? Yeah. Okay.
And so you've got cybersecurity errata, and it goes through, and here's all they've got so far. So So
Hmm.
it's already removed from 1.1, so this is not even. This is where they've had some issues with the 12.4.1.1 lab, the lab we were talking about. And here's some things that are incorrect. So.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So far, there's nothing on the assessments. So
Good.
let's see. Do I need to have a pod set aside for me to complete SBA? Just schedule regular pod as normal, Ben. Just regular pod. All you have to do is schedule the pod, and just make sure you schedule the SBA. That's all you have to do. John, I agree with that's very good. Okay, that's a very good comment. Let me. John, would you do me a favor and again email me that exact comment so I can forward that to Echo Rantanen, because what I'm thinking we could do with that is a real in-depth IPD workshop on Security Onion. And what the comment was that we could use an IPD workshop on learning Security Onion, because like all of you, we had to really kind of spend a bunch of time in class doing it. But we could maybe have them set up a full Security Onion IPD session that's 1 or 2 hours. Honestly, I wouldn't mind a small kind of emerging technology type small unit on Security Onion that just did Security Onion. Yeah, let me put that down. I'm gonna put that down on my stuff so I can send that to her. Because I struggle, even now I still struggle with it. Excellent idea. Security Onion workshop. Pull in an expert. Yeah, that's everybody. I agree. I will make that. That will go to Echo in an email tomorrow, because I've got to send her an email about the class and some things. Other ideas that we can share. Does everyone know what they need to do to finish the class? Feel good about that? Know where you need to go, need to get to?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure do.
All right, that's good. That's definitely what I want to see. Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yes.
Nah, that's really neat. And this is something I did not have on the other. I'm not gonna sit here and play with y'all in here, but that's kind of cool.
It is cool.
Got to do a poll.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I do too. That's nice. And I guess I can't even annotate.
Oh, that's great.
That is even better. Okay, thank you, Rick. Definitely.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that was available either. Man, I'm learning all kind of stuff tonight.
This is a nice tool.
Yes, it is. This will be good to use over on my touch screen where I got the big thing.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna actually stop sharing my screen because I'm not gonna do a big lecture tonight. I don't feel like y'all need that, but I wanted to be here to answer any questions you may have. I am going to. Let me see if I can find my. We got 17 people here. That's awesome.
Good.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. You can do. Where'd it go? Oh, there's my cord. I'm gonna stop it. All right.